Hello everyone, I'm Jacob Boone, Hancock County Extension Agent. I do both agriculture and 4-H work, and today I'm coming to you guys from actually Unicoi County because I'm here with my good friend and mentee Chris Mackey. He is the Unicoi Extension Agent, does the same thing I do. He's both an ag and a 4-H agent. So we are coming from Unicoi County because he is helping me with a series of videos and I'm helping him with a series of videos. So you'll be seeing those in the coming weeks. We'll be posting those. We've got some really good series that we put together, some things on some small ruminants, and then today what I'm going to be talking about is this is going to be more 4-H related, but if you're an adult and you like to reminisce about livestock judging, you can come and play along with us too. But what I have here is I put together a very simple but also very useful template that you could utilize in your livestock judging. So we, of course, had to postpone when we were going to do our livestock judging back in the spring. We figured out some dates that we're going to do this fall, and so I'm trying to get our guys, our livestock judging kids, back into the groove, hopefully by doing some series of videos. So this will be one of them, and this is mainly going to be for our senior high kids because junior high don't have to worry about reasons right now. But it's a good practice for them because this is something that they will have to do if they do continue to do livestock judging in the future. Like I said, I kept it simple and I kept it useful. The name is just like it sounds, Livestock Judging Reasons Template. And this is just a generic kind of thing to get you started. But you can also fall back on it because not everyone is as strong suited in public speaking as others. And so we want to make sure that we give you something that you can use, you can fall back on, not too hard to memorize, not too hard to write down, and you still come across as confident in your placing, but then you also actually you know what you're talking about. So first off, when you are doing your reasons, you always need to have this generic or this basic opening sentence. And the sentence is just like it reads, I place this class of whatever the name of the class is. So it could be market class, it could be a performance class, it could be a breeding class. We don't know. You don't know until you get to the day of the contest. But you do find out once you get there how many sets of reasons you have to do and on what classes. So one thing you can do once you get to the contest, because you don't want to have this written beforehand. People might think you're cheating. You don't want to do that. You will, when you get to your contest and you're getting ready to be separated into groups and be starting the rotation of your classes, if you start on a breeding or on a reasons class, you could go ahead and write this template, and then you just, where I have everything written in red or highlighted or underlined in red, it's a plug and go kind of thing, just like a template works. You have the groundwork already made and you just have to plug in the information. So this makes it simple and easy, where you're not having to memorize a whole new thing. You just have to memorize this template and then figure in what you liked about that class or what you maybe didn't like about that class. So, like I said, we're going to get started. Say we have a class of performance heifers. Okay, and let's say we place this class 4, 3, 1, 2. So that is our opening sentence. I place this class of performance heifers 4, 3, 1, 2. When you are giving your reasons on the performance class, that's exactly what your first sentence needs to say. It's simple, it's to the point, there's nothing for you to stumble over. You can say it with confidence, you can be clear and concise, and what you've done is you made sure that you need to make sure your placing is correct. Whatever you put on your card needs to be what your reasons are, because if those two don't line up, you're getting docked some points. By just having this first sentence, you're already starting off on a very good foot. Remember, our reasons points are out of 50, so our margin of error is not very high, not very high. So we cannot make a whole lot of mistakes and still come out with a good score. We need to make sure that you do it with confidence. Even if you completely botch the class from the official placings, if you say it with confidence and you halfway sound like you know what you're talking about or what you like, because remember, livestock judging can be very subjective. Everyone's got their own variation and interpretation of what they like and what they see. We have an industry standard, but everybody interprets it different. So if you go out there and you botch the class, but you say your reasons with confidence, you can still get a good reason score. So that's your first sentence. And what that tells is that you established what the class was, and you established how you liked that class, how you placed it. So then the next thing we got to do is we got to talk about our top pair. So our top pair is going to be our top two numbers, okay? So in this case, it's a 4 and a 3. So you would start your next sentence off, and it may sound like you're saying I a lot, but this is your opinion, so you got to own it. So it's okay to say I. I know when you're writing a paper, they tell you not to. That's okay. We're not worried about writing a paper. We're worried about giving some moral reasons. So you say I place, so in this case, 4 is our first place over our second place, which is going to be 3. And then you got to tell us why. So that's the because. If I'm judging, or if I'm judging folks giving reasons, I like to get as much information as I can from them. I want to make sure that that individual understands and saw everything that they could possibly see. So when I tell my senior high kids, I want 3 reasons of why you like the top one better than the second one. If you can't come up with 3, give me at least 2. Okay? So in this case, this class, this is all hypothetical. This class is performance heifers. So first thing we need to look for is, since it is heifers, I haven't had a calf yet, we want to make sure our calving ease is high. So that's a reason to look for. Also, another thing to look for is a low birth weight. So that way we're not putting too much stress on that heifer when she has her first calf. And I'll put high right here. That's going to be a high calving ease score. Because if we are looking at a performance class, it means we have performance data. We have EPDs. And we need to really look strong on those EPDs because we're going to be given a scenario. So we need to make sure that we match up those EPDs to whatever the scenario is giving. Based off of what just the name of the class, we know that this is performance heifers, so they have EPDs and they're heifers. They've never had a calf. So we need to try to make it as easy as possible. So the next thing we need to look for is we need to look for a high yearling weight. So that way we're getting some type of performance data as far as we're gaining weight. Alright? Because if we're having a low birth weight, it means we're probably having calves who are under breed average. So we want to make sure we make up the below part on our yearling weight, where we're actually gaining some weight. Hopefully getting above breed average. So that is going to be your second sentence, where you talk about your top pair. After you can elaborate a little more if you want to on why you like your first place over your second place. And after you're done talking about your first over your second, I always want someone to follow up and give me one good thing. So this is this next sentence where it says, I do think, or you could say, I do like that number 2. So in this case, this would be 3. I do think that 3 is and give me one good thing you like. So you may say that she is the most muscled, or you can say she's the most feminine. It's, whatever you see. Because what you see and what I see are going to be 2 different things. Again, that's where it goes to livestock judging subjective. We all see different things. So this is your first 3 sentences. From there, all you got to do is just replicate what you've done in sentence 2 and sentence 3. So by talking about our second place in our last sentence right here, we have segued into our next paragraph or into our next talking point. So we've transitioned to what we want to talk about next. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to talk about why 3, our second place, is better than 1, our third place. Again, I would like to see 3 reasons why you like 3 better than 1. But if you can't come up with 3, give me at least 2. And then once you've done that, follow up with the next sentence talking about why one good thing you like about number 1. And then from there, you're going to talk about your bottom pair, which would be 1 over 2. Again, give me 2 or 3 things you like about 1 over number 2, over your last place. So 1 or 2 things about your third place over your fourth place. And then you can wrap up. If there's anything good you want to say or anything good that you liked about your fourth place, you can mention it. But if fourth place lacked overall, you can simply wrap up your reasons with saying that fourth place lacked overall to the rest of the heifers in the class. The performance data did not add up to what the others were, so therefore she is in the bottom of my class. And then that's it. Then you stop talking, because you don't want to keep rambling on and reiterating everything over and over again, because it's kind of like beating a dead horse to death. You want to say your piece, you want to be clear, you want to be concise, you want to be confident, and then you want to go on. Because these judges have to listen to a whole lot more sets of reasons. So you want to be rememberable, but also forgettable. So that way they don't linger on which person was the worst. You want to make sure you say what you need to, and you get your point across, but then you go on to the next one, and then you work on your next set of reasons. So that is basically livestock judging reasons in a nutshell. This is a simple template that you can duplicate. Watch this video over and over again, and like I said, this is just the first 3 sentences of your reasons. You would do this again. So theoretically, you could end up with 9 sentences total for your paragraph of your reasons on that particular class. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And like I said, this is Jacob Boone from Hancock County Extension. You can get, if you got any questions, you can get a hold of myself. Or if you're in Unicoi County, you can get a hold of Chris Mackey.